so much. I hope you noticed my SCAD book. I rewrote my speech on it. It's absolutely a delight to be here. And I don't know if you've also noticed my earrings, which are made by a SCAD graduate. And I'm proud to be wearing them. And don't they look gorgeous? For those of you who have not heard me before, this accent is for real. I say that because my accent has been a little bit the bane of my existence. I've tried everything I could to change it, to no avail, as you can see. And I didn't relax about it until I met Henry Kissinger, who said to me, don't worry about your accent. In American public life, you can never overestimate the advantages of complete and total incomprehensibility. In fact, the truth is that my ex-husband even gave me a really passive-aggressive present that had to do with my accent shortly before we divorced. That's not why we divorced. But he gave me a dialect coach to follow me around for 2 weeks to give me notes on my accent. And by the end of it, I knew everything I was doing wrong, but I could not remain a functioning, spontaneous human being and practice everything she taught me. So that was when I decided, that's it, that's my accent. And you know what? Whatever it is that we don't like about ourselves, in the end, the more we can embrace it, the easier it is to get on with our lives and do what we want to do. So remember that. It may not be your accent, it may be something else, but maybe there is a lesson here for all of us. So I loved my afternoon here. I loved the writer's house with writers sitting on the verandas and writing and discussing, and I loved being part of a non-fiction writing class and discussing all the essays that they were writing, ranging from kissing to the pain scale, to fatherhood, and what an amazing group of students. I love also the fact that Atlanta SCAD and the Huffington Post share a birthday. We're both born in 2005. You in March, we in May, so you're 2 months ahead of us. But we are both going to be 10 years old in 2015, so maybe we can celebrate together. And I invited the students at the class I was part of to take their theses, their essays, and post them on the Huffington Post. And I want to invite the rest of you to do the same. Because one of the greatest joys of founding the Huffington Post has been that, as well as being a journalistic enterprise with now over 850 journalists in 11 countries, that won a Pulitzer for traditional investigative journalism, we are also a platform. And that's one of the things that gives me the greatest joy, where anybody with something interesting to say can say it. And bringing together these two worlds of traditional journalism and a platform with more conversational, spontaneous writing is something which I believe is the future of journalism, the future of media, and it's increasingly that convergence that we see between traditional media and new media. So we're here to talk about creativity and innovation, and I very much look forward to your questions. And I want to divide what I want to say into 3 parts. The first is, what are all the obstacles to creativity and innovation? What gets in the way? Because if you think of it, children are born creative. You see little children, they sing, they dance, they paint, and they're very unself-conscious about it. And as we get older, there is what I call in Thrive, my latest book, the obnoxious roommate living in our head. That voice of doubt and fear and worry and self-criticism that starts getting louder and louder. And whatever it is, the voice will tell us that's not good enough. Do you think we can put the lights a little higher so I can see everybody? Because you can see me, but I can't see you at all. It's pitch black out there. This is so much better. It's perfect. Now I can see you. I can see if you're interested, if I should change the subject and talk about something completely different. So it's imperative to trust our creative instinct, even if this doesn't turn out to be something we can make a living from. And that's one of the things that's happening more and more now. I love the story, for example, of people who love to sing, and they never made it as professional singers. In fact, many of them didn't even pursue it. And now they've created what are known as threshold choirs. And they go to hospices and hospitals and they sing at the bedside of ill patients. And in fact, even dying patients, because hearing is the last sense that goes. So I love the idea of taking something which is a creative outlet and combining it with something that is about our giving instinct. And there are so many examples like that that allow us to take what we love to do creatively and continue to do it at any stage in our lives. So the obnoxious roommate is a big obstacle to our creativity. In fact, I know in my own life, when I started writing, my voice of self-censorship was so intense. At the time that I started writing, I was writing longhand. That's how ancient I am. That I would fool myself by putting red question mark next to every word or sentence that I wasn't sure about, so that I could keep going. Sometimes you would see a page and it was covered in red question marks. But as all of you who write here know, it's much easier to go back and edit yourself than to keep editing as you are writing, which completely blocks the creative process. The other thing that I did, I started writing down my dreams. Because, I wouldn't show them to anybody, I wouldn't dare. And the process was very liberating because it got me just writing and freed up that creative part of ourselves that sometimes is so blocked by our self-censorship. The other major obstacle to our creativity is how endlessly distracted we are. And technology isn't helping at all here. We're talking about that at the class. How often you sit down to write something and your smartphone is beside you. And you get a text and you check your text. And you get an email and you check your email. And